Hello, I hope everybody's doing well. My name's Eric Reyna, in case you didn't know. And the article that I'm going to be presenting is Hip Hop, White Immigrant Youth, and African American Vernacular English Accommodation as an Identity Choice. And this was written by Cecilia Cutler in 2010. Now, the abstract kind of questions two main things. These two things are how can scholars interpret the individual stylistic choices that speakers make, and to what degree do individuals make identity choices to accommodate to one group or another? Now, the article also questions accommodation toward African American vernacular English and New York Latino English among white ethnic immigrants in New York City who affiliate themselves with hip hop culture. Now, here's a basic summary, main idea, kind of in my own words, and it says that the study is based on how speakers constrained to socio-cultural field exert agency on how they express themselves. This article addresses the language choice of immigrant white ethnics who affiliate themselves with hip hop culture. Cutler examines how young people style their speech to the influence of AAVE and, in one case, NYLE, in relation to the linguistic accommodation of social and self identification. The study is a blind perception survey that takes place at three different East Coast universities, where speech patterns are observed in terms of morphosyntax and phonology. So, a few of the key words presented by the author are accommodation, which she labels as the general tendency of speakers to convert towards speech of another group while recognizing that their speech may also vary in different interactions and with different people. AAVE is African American Vernacular English. We've heard a lot of great stuff on that, so no need to touch on that subject. There's also Immigrant Youth, which is the informants of the survey, the four teenagers that were observed in the study. There's also Identity, which is a convergence type behavior that's possible if and when a speaker can identify, access, and analyze the speech patterns, and this reflects off of the identity model. Also, there's hip hop culture, where it's defined as the role of Black America and African American vernacular English as the key frame of reference. Then also, I kind of added in agency because there's a lot in this article about agency. I feel like it's really important to this article. So, agency is people are controlled to some degree by social expectations and norms in the society in which they live in. After this, the author goes into theorizing agency and accommodation. So, the big question of agency is the degree to which it involves free will exercise completely autonomous people? Like, do they do it on their own? Then also, there's accommodation, which is adapting one's speech to the speech of an interlocutor to converge or diverge, focus being on whether they want to converge or diverge with identifying with the group. So there's a few other previous studies that have gone on about language choice in terms of the same thing of this article. And its previous work has examined that immigrant minority youth make some stylistic choices in how they speak, using language in contrast to their own social categorization and suggests new forms of social alignment. And this was by Rampton et al. And then there's also another study on it where the conclusion was youth who are racialized by their appearance are presumed membership into certain socially defined groups. They may contest this process by taking ownership of the category in which they're placed. So they adopt the identity themselves in which the area that they're placed in. So a lot of the features that are here in this article are based on language choice. And so some of the linguistic features that are listed here are styling, which is the use of variables that index social groups, stylization, which is performed deployment of stylistic variables in a playful or fleeting way. And then there's also language accommodation, which is the ability to converge or diverge with your interlocutor. So here comes all the fun stuff. We got the data and method. So the study took place between 1999 and 2001, and 4 young people were observed. They all lived in New York, and there was also high school age assistants to help locate and interview the informants. Some of these